What's up everyone, my name is Andrew Fung. So today I'll be showing you how you can measure a stock's short-term volatility using the average true range in Python. So a little bit of a backstory for making this video is that a while ago in late January, a Reddit forum called the wallstreetbets has currently, I think is with 9.1 followers, has collectively bought the GME stock and another few stocks as well, and resulting in a huge jack-up for prices in the late January to early February. So I thought it would be a cool idea to visualize how volatile the stocks that are targeted by the community actually were, and to see if we can visualize how much of a price fluctuations comparing to the previous months. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing we should do is to definitely import pandas as usual. It's pd. And we have to set the plotting options to a module called Plotly, which I think is pre-installed in Python, and equals to Plotly. Then we have to specify the input information, so which include the stock ticker and also the time frame. So whenever we retrieve a data set regarding the stock and the prices and all the data about the stock, we have to first specify their ticker symbol and also the time frame. So in this case, we will be using from early December till now. Okay, so we have to make a variable called stock chosen, and this case is GME, and we can switch the stock later. And the starting point, or maybe just the start, is a 2020 1st of December. And be sure that you have to make it into a datetime object, so we can just do a dt.datetime, and be sure to import it as well in the beginning of the script. So import datetime as dt, so here, and the end will be now. So the current date is 2021. It's the 17th of February. Okay, and we can also specify the days concerned, which determines how many days that we are taking this average true range. So in normal practice, we'll be making it 14, so the 14-day average true range. So now we can start importing data from the web. And for those who haven't installed the dependency, make sure you do pip install and then pandas underscore data reader, and then dot data as web, import it as web, so that we can extract the data frame, which is web dot get data, and then Yahoo. And then the first parameters is the stock chosen, and then the start and the end point. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so we have the data for GME stock, I believe, and we can just do data to display the first 5 data points. And the data frame contains several columns, which is high, low, open, close, and then volume, and then adjusted close. So closes and adjusted closes, I think mostly are the same. And for the next part, we have to calculate the true range. So the true range, for those who don't know, is basically how much of the price change for that stock. So it can be calculated in three ways. The first way is the high minus low. So for that date, you might just minus the high and the low. This is the first calculation. And the second calculation is the high and the previous close. And we get the difference and compute the absolute value of that. So for example, if we're considering 2020 1st of December, then the high will be 17.4 and the previous close will be 16.5599999, etc. And then we take the absolute value of that. And the third one is the low minus the close. So in this case, the low will be 15.76 and previous close is also 16.5599999. And the true range for that day is the maximum out of the three calculations. So basically we have to calculate the three options here and then get the one with the highest value. So let's do that right now. So first we have to get the closing price. As you can see, the dataset does not contain a column called the previous closing price. So we have to make that. And we have to extract the closing price of the row above the data. So for December 1st, we have to extract this value. And we can do that by first data frame and then make a previous close column and then set it equal to adjusted close and then dot shift. So let's see the first 5 rows. So as you can see, we have extracted the adjusted close of the previous day and put it in that row. And the 3 calculations of the true range, we have to do it one by one. So let's do data frame. The first one is high minus low. And that will be simply high minus low. So it's just data frame high minus data frame low. And the second one will be the absolute value of high minus the previous closing price. So let's do high minus previous close. Make it a new column as well. So it's just high and then minus data frame dot previous close. And be sure we have included the absolute value as well. And the third one is simply low minus previous close, and also with the absolute value. So let's see how the dataset looks like now. So we have the new 3 columns: high minus low, high minus P price, low minus previous price. And now we have to compute the max out of the 3. So for this row, we have to find the true range will be 1.64. And for example, this row, it will be 1.17. So as you can see, we have to take the maximum value out of this 3. So how can we do that? First, we can make a new column called the true range. and then set it equals to data frame. And then the 3 columns we'll be using is these 3. We'll be comparing as these 3. So we can just undo that. High minus low, and then high minus P price, and then low minus P price. And then we can do, so we get the 3 columns, and then we get the maximum, and set the x as equals to 1. So let's see. The first data point, we does not have the previous price, so it's basically 2.86, and in 1st of December it's 1.64, so it's correct, and for 4th of December it's 1.17, so this works. Okay, so what we have to do now is to calculate the average true range of the previous 14 days, or the days concerned specified. Like for example, if we're considering a 2-day average true range, then the average true range for the 1st of December will be the mean value between these two. So it's just 2.86 plus 1.64 and then divided by 2, which is the days concerned. So for example, we can do that by, we can make a new column called ATR as usual, and then data frame dot true range, which is the column name of this column, and then we get the rolling window equals 2. So we just want 2 days, and then we get the mean of these 2 days. So let's see how it goes. So if we take a look at the 3rd of December, then it will calculate the true range of that day and the previous day. So it's 2. So it's 1.3 plus 0.7 and then divided by 2. So it's roughly 1.0. So this works. And the window is considered by the previous days concerned specified. So we have to change it to here. And also we want the average true range to be expressed in terms of percentage instead of just price. And that is because like for example, if we take Tesla, it is a $800 stock. The $2 price change in Tesla stock won't mean a significant percentage. However, if comparing to stocks like GME, which the price is roughly 16 US dollar, then the $2 change will be a very significant one comparing to that of Tesla. So we want this to be expressed in terms of percentage. So if we define this by the adjusted close, which is the stock price here, and then times 100. So let's see. So the average true range here won't be shown because we have set the days concerned to be 14 days, and the previous 14 days column does not have the ATR. So we can set it to maybe 20, and it will start like in the 14 column. So it's roughly roughly 8 to 9% change, price change in the mid to late December. So let's see how the ATR change when it reaches late January 2020 this year. And now we can move on to the actual plotting. So we can do that by figure equals data frame ATR, and then plot this. And then we have to plot. For the customization, we can do fig.update layout. So we can add some features such as the title equals to the stock chosen was GME, and then the days concerned, day average true range percentage. So there's a new feature in Python 3 called the F string. So basically you can concatenate some variables inside the F strings without having to do plus for concatenation. And for the y-axis, we can set the title to ATR %, and for the legend title, we can do technical indicator, because average true range is one of the technical indicator. And to visualize the plot, we can just do fig.show. And then this concern is not identified. I think it's days. We're mixing an S. So here we go. The good thing about Plotly comparing to Matplotlib is that we can have more interaction with the graph. So we can just zoom in here, and then the graph will automatically zoom in, and changing the X and Y variables as well. To zoom out, we can just double click. So this is the 14-day average true range for the stock GMB. As you can see here, in late December to early January, the average true range in percentage is roughly 9 to 10%. However, when it reaches 28 of January, it suddenly peaked to 100% of its own price, of its own stock price, and even to 200%. And if we change the variable here to maybe 2 days, we can better visualize the price fluctuations in real time. So let's see. Let's run this all over again. So it shows that in January, it peaked to $90. We can also choose to only plot the true range to see the price in real time. So on the 28th of January, it peaks to 370% of its stock price. And even one day after, the price changed 200% of its own price. And as you can see, after the incident, it slowly died down to the normal range of like 7 to 8%. We can also change the stock chosen to be another stock that is targeted by the wallstreetbets, which is BlackBerry BB. And let's run this whole thing again. So you also see a peak here, and let's toggle the spike lines, and you can see it rises to 11% of its own price on the January 28th as well. So that's it for me. Actually, there are a lot of technical indicators to measure a stock's volatility, but for the short-term volatility, I found that ATR is the most common one. So I show that how you can do it in Python in this video. And if you have any questions or any suggestions that you want me to take a look or maybe make a tutorial about, then please leave a comment or drop a concern inside the comment below. And please like the video and subscribe as well. Thank you for watching, guys. See you in the next video.